Prince Andrew and the British establishments target rich environment for spies. A ruling by the UK's Special Immigration Appeals Commission has revealed that a Chinese businessman with links to King Charles's younger brother, Prince Andrew, has been banned from Britain. The commission was upholding a decision originally taken in 2023 by the then Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, to exclude a man subsequently named as Yang Tungbo. Britain's security service, MI5, had advised the Commission that Yang posed a risk to UK national security. Reports have noted Yang's visits to royal events at the request of the Prince and his communications with one of Andrew's senior advisors, Dominic Hampshire. That Andrew might have been cultivated by an agent of the Chinese government will come as no surprise to anyone who has studied the work of intelligence agencies. Their ideal target will not necessarily be someone who sympathizes with the regime they serve. Indeed, with the collapse of the ideological certainties of the Cold War, this has become increasingly unlikely. Rather, a target will probably be someone who has particular weaknesses that can be exploited, often revolving around money or sex. They are seldom at the very pinnacle of power, but that, in itself, can leave them resentful and hungry for affirmation. An exaggerated sense of self-importance can render them even more pliable. This can make for a complex relationship between intelligence predator and their prey. In Andrew's case, there are indications that members of his circle actually talked up the prince's importance as a political contact. The Commission's ruling quoted a message from Hampshire to Yang in March 2020 after the latter had been invited to attend the prince's 60th birthday party. Hampshire told Yang, "I also hope that it is clear to you where you sit with my principal and indeed his family. You should never underestimate the strength of that relationship. Outside of his closest internal confidants, you sit at the very top of a tree that many people would like to be on." Those more familiar with the workings of the British government might be skeptical about the height of the branches Yang had reached. King Charles is, after all, a constitutional monarch with few formal powers. And Andrew has become an increasingly marginalized figure within the royal family. A steady stream of revelations about his relationship with sex trafficker and pedophile Jeffrey Epstein has left him increasingly out in the cold. He was stripped of his role as UK trade envoy in 2011 and was then forced to step down from public duties in 2019. So why bother trying to court him? Prince Andrew's behaviour is part of a wider picture and speaks to the general need for higher standards in British public life. Stricter rules on political donations to prevent foreign interference in British politics are long overdue. And people of political influence, including members of both houses of parliament, should be far more closely scrutinized over their relationships with foreign officials and businesspeople. National security, as the term implies, very much begins at home.